What's up, thick people? Your thick old thighs and your thick old booty. What's up, Thicks family? I know it's been such a long time. We are back.
We back.
Sooner or later, everyone's turning into the thick family with this quarantine, which leads us to our topic that we're going in on today.
Such a good topic.
Today's topic is 7 tips with just a tip.
7 tips on how to save money. As you guys know, it's been COVID times and it has just been so crazy ever since I went back to work. Hairstylist, you guys know how it is. Going back to work is crazy. It's been crazy busy. So we haven't been on our game with YouTube, but we are back with a really good topic that you guys chose on our Instagram. And I know that this is going to help a lot of us, especially millennials. It is COVID times. I know a lot of us have lost our jobs or cut down on hours. This 7 tips is going to help us save money and to prepare us for the next time in case COVID does happen and hit us hard again.
This is something that's actually really good for me because I learned how to save money because before I met Kezia, this is PK, pre-Kezia. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's negative $32? You know those memes where it's like, oh, I should probably have about $200. Checks account, negative 42. That was me. We had to learn from some experience. My method is, we don't care about the bills, we only care about the thrills. That's why I effed up.
That's where you
That's why I effed up.
baby.
I did not know how to save money, but she put me on, so we wanted to share some of our tips with you.
Especially if you are somebody that is wanting to save money for something. To buy a house, maybe that want to pay off your car, or you're somebody that is planning a wedding. Like, you know, we all have something that we are saving for in the future.
Like for instance, even like this with the wedding ring.
I know.
It was buy one, get one free. You buy the ring, you get the band. They had even slogan outside. If it turns green, hit up our team. Number 1 is
learning how to budget. I think we all need to learn how to budget. You don't know what budgeting is? It's pretty much setting aside specific amount of money for something and certain things. So me and Eli, I am definitely the budgeter in our relationship from the get-go and now our marriage. I love numbers and I love it when finances are intact. So me and Eli have a budget sheet. The ones on the left are all bills. So I have literally like Comcast, $50, cell phone, $185. And then on the right side is going to be like our investment, like saving for a house, for a business investment, for his music stuff. And right down below is for our travel expense. Budgeting is key for you guys to help understand how much money you have, how much money you can spend, so that you know how much money you can save and put aside.
At our church, Echo, we took a course. It's called Financial Peace University by Dave Ramsey.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this life group that we took through our church, you don't even need to go to our church to take this, but you can buy this separately. It's on Amazon. It's called Financial Peace University. He provides workbooks, the actual book, DVD, and like all these other tools for you guys. Oh my gosh, he's a successful man when it comes to finances.
Very helpful.
Very helpful. That's how we learned everything. He will tell you everything. Professional help for you guys to budget your money. So I highly recommend him. And it's like $90 and you have all the tools. I'm not even kidding. Like all the tools you need to know.
We paid off our car. Big reason why we were even able to pay off our car is because we went following the Financial Peace Guide on how to kind of do the snowball effect of taking care of the bills.
Oh my gosh. So good.
We paid off our car. Super exciting. Hey, it won't start, but we paid it.
It squeaks though. Hey, but we paid it.
Hey, no rims, but we paid it though.
Changed our marriage. Thank you.
Shout out marriage. It saved our marriage.
Literally, once you know how to budget, everything else kind of flows. How to budget is like a whole different freaking video. If you guys want us to create a separate video of how to budget, let us know and I can definitely show you guys.
Speaking of cars leads us to number 2. One of the things that we found that works for us may not work for everybody, but works for us. That we share one car.
I know that sounds crazy, but in the Bay Area, literally, it was traffic for so long before COVID that we were like, why do we need 2 cars where we can just carpool because we go to the same directions anyway?
A backstory, I had a car when we first started dating. I would pick her up. She'd hear me like 5 minutes out because my brakes was like she had her car. Yeah. That it was like an old car. Like, so we're battling who had the ugliest and oldest car.
Ugliest, loudest car ever.
One of them broke down. Kezia hooked me up and she actually bought a car for me. Like, this is before we got married. She was taking a big risk.
Okay, I didn't just buy you a car for no reason. He bought me a ring. He put a ring on it first. And then I was like, oh my gosh, his car broke down. Let me get him a car.
Then the other broke down, but we got a car, which is the car we have now that we ended up paying off together.
It's called teamwork. It worked out perfectly because he found a job towards where I go to school during that time, which is my cosmetology school. And we're like, hey, why don't we carpool together, because we go the same direction anyway. And if you live in the Bay Area, yo, if you're going the same direction, find somebody that's gonna carpool. Number one, you're gonna be stuck in traffic forever. It just worked out for us, and until to this day, we still have one car.
Paid off the car, but I think we're still gonna stick to the one car for right now.
Oh yeah, it works out because Eli works from home now. So I know that not everybody's able to just have one car. We were just so lucky that we were able to have only one car, and it helped us like save up for a lot more things.
You know, some people have kids, so you may not be able to do the one car system, but maybe it's a good time to maybe show your kid how to walk.
I know a lot of us love that nice toy car, that car that looks AF.
You want that candy paint.
You want to get the luxurious car. Like, I personally have my own desire. Like, I wanted a Range Rover. I know that if I get that Range Rover right now, I'm gonna be paying so much more than if I just had my Nissan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saving. I think it's important for us to know the balance of like when to buy the things that we need. For us, like, buying a luxury car wasn't our ideal thing because it's not necessary for us to have that car. We just needed a car to get us to work, to school, and come back. So if you're wanting to save money, car is a big thing. Try not to spend more than what you can afford. Like, for instance, we have a Nissan. We chose a car that we know is gonna be really good in gas, like Toyota, Honda, or Nissan, like such good in gas. And we know that if something goes wrong with it, we're not gonna be paying like an arm and leg for it. We feel that like safety, knowing that if anything happens to our car, we're okay.
Number 3 is a really big one, is cooking food at home rather than going out to eat.
Oh my gosh.
We spend about $100 a week for groceries for me and her. And that gets us enough food for the whole week. You can also go to a restaurant and spend like $60.
Yes.
Just one meal out of one day.
Yes.
If you spend that money to get groceries to cook yourself, you will already be saving a lot of money.
Also buy like a specific groceries. Like, we go to like Safeway, we go to like Walmart Market.
Baker, yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, like it's so affordable there. If you're Asian like me, go to like Asian stores. All the fresh vegetables are cheaper. Go to farmers market, support like small little businesses as well. Can't really say much because, you know, I'm not the cook. Eli is the cook.
All that food sometimes even leaks until the next week because it's so much food that you can get. So bottom line is, you can enjoy the food that you would want to go out to eat.
Yes.
Just make it yourself and just choose ingredients for one of your, you know, times for your grocery shopping.
Exactly. We would always go out, like no joke. We would go out like all the time, or we would DoorDash, we were Uber Eats all the time.
Also, especially quarantine kind of forced you to learn that you can't go out anyway.
Yes.
Kind of allowed us to be at home, force us to cook for ourselves,
yes,
and then force us to kind of look at our budget and be like, whoa, we're actually saving a lot of money because we're not eating out. And I'm sure everybody experienced the same thing.
Learning how to cook also, like, I know it takes time. Like, I'm so blessed that Eli is the cook. So try to cook at home, try to make the basic things at home.
And I don't want to go into much food detail, but like, I never feel like when I'm shopping, I'm like, oh, I can't get this and this. I literally get everything that I want. I'm able to have a good food all week.
Yes.
And I'm only spending $100.
When you do your budget and you have a budget of how much you should spend on your food, stick to that. And honestly, you can do so much more with that lasts you a whole week rather than just like one dinner somewhere.
Number 4, número 4.
Your living situation. You guys already know on our past videos that Bay Area is like an arm and leg to live here, and it's just apartment or a studio. If you are in a place where you can live with your parents still, like you're single, milk it, because honestly you save so much more.
I milked that so much.
You milk the cow hard.
Unlimited milk. Some parents are super cool about letting you, you know, just be there. I mean, if that's the case, you feel comfortable with that. You don't, you know, some people don't want to be in that situation, but if you feel comfortable with that and they're so open about it, just stay there and use that time to save up money.
Exactly.
I was still paying rent and stuff like that. Not as much as if I was, you know, living on my own. So I was able to pay rent there, but I'm also able to save so much money, you know, that went towards, you know, our wedding and things like that.
And for me, I actually rented rooms. I had house housemates. So while I was in college and cosmetology school, I was renting rooms and they were like $400, $500. This is like a couple years ago.
$500 a month.
Again, renting a room here is so much better than you spending so much on like a studio or a 1-bedroom. Like I'm talking thousands different. I think it's so much better if you find like housemates that you trust, that you can live with, and you can just rent a room for now, for the meantime.
Be cautious though, because sometimes they'd be like, hey, no kitchen use. I'm like, I'll just eat my Pop-Tarts.
Dude, I was looking at Craigslist and it says you can rent the room, but no kitchen use.
No kitchen use. Like, okay, I'll just have my Pop-Tarts every night. A lot of people here in the Bay Area have roommates. Even people that are in the tech industry, a lot of our friends, engineers, they have roommates. Why? Because a lot of people are doing that. It allows you to be in a nice, comfortable spot and also save money towards, you know, what you want to do, buying a home or whatever it may be.
Even when me and Eli got married, we don't have kids yet. We didn't have Rue yet. We were like, you know what? Why don't we get housemates and we can get a townhouse? So we actually lived in a townhouse with another housemates so that we can save even more for a better place, to pay off our debts, etc., etc. We had like the master bedroom downstairs. Try to maximize like what you have and what you can do to be able to save more money for whatever else that you need for your future. So now we paid off like 3 of our debts. If that works for you guys, and if you're able to be flexible to do that, do it. It's an opportunity for you guys to be able to save money, even if it's just a year or 2.
Live within your means is also a good one, because like we would love to live like in a high-rise overlooking the city. I could just walk out,
totally could do that,
robe on, just naked, just watching my city like a fat Batman. But instead, we live in a, you know, it's still a nice place, but it's more within our means. So if you take that time to not live so luxurious now, you save, and then you can get to that luxurious place you want to be later.
Right, because living here right now, this is not an investment. This is just a place for you to live. So make sure that you're thinking in advance, like in your future, like, okay, I don't need to live so luxuriously or like so too above our means that we're not able to save that money for our future, which is more for an investment, like a house.
Guaranteed.
You know what I'm saying?
Number 5, limit going out with people that you know you're gonna spend a lot of money with. I'm not saying drop friends, but I'm just saying, there's some friends that I love hanging out with, but I know when I'm with them, it's gonna be like, hey, we going this, we going here. Hey, I got this, you got this.
Dude, this is why I'm so glad it's COVID times. We're not able to go downtown, like going out, because when we used to always go out, Eli would be like, oh, I got it, got you. I'd be that guy that, I'm like over here like, skirt.
I'm the one that goes by the DJ. I'm like, hey, whole round on me, whole bar on me.
Everybody, get a shot,
everybody on me. And
I'm over here like, excuse me? I just see him like from over there. I'm like, I'm sorry, is that Eli? I think it's just good that you limit going out with people that you know you spend a lot of money with. Like what Eli said, you don't drop those people, but like you kind of just like limit on hanging out with them
or do things with them that doesn't involve spending.
Yes, like you guys can go do a picnic at the park. You know, that's kind of like the thing now. Potluck, go hiking.
But me, one big problem that I always face pre-Kesia, PK, is that I would always be like, hey, I got this one. I got this. You're coming from a good place. It's good. It's from the heart.
Yeah, it's coming from a good heart. It's coming from a very generous heart.
Sometimes I don't need to like pay for everybody, because that person would have been fine paying for themselves.
Right. And you know what? I appreciate, I love that Eli is generous and all this stuff. Like, yeah, totally. Girl. But the thing is that like he also didn't budget before, so he doesn't know how much he should be, you know, giving away or paying for people, or like I think it's good and it's great to be generous to people, but just make sure that you know how much you're supposed to. So that you're not over here like, hey, what happened to my bank account? You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't shook the next day.
I'm like, what do you mean?
And you're talking to Chase, you're like, hey, what you mean? Sir, we see that you went to McDonald's, you went to Jack in the Box,
you had Taco Bell.
Number 6, limit traveling. I know we all love to travel. We love traveling. That's like our favorite thing. When we got married, we're like, let's travel.
We even had the traveling pants.
There's nothing wrong with doing things for yourself as long as you know your limit. Maybe travel on occasional times and occasional celebration, like for instance birthdays or anniversary, because sometimes when we just travel just to travel, like that's great, but that's not helping you save in the long term if you're just doing it for the hell of it. If you know you don't have the money for it and you're just like literally on edge with your finances, make sure that you just cut that out for now.
The other day I was looking at my Crystal Geyser bottle and I was like, the water bottle, I was like, Let's go to Bahamas. Really, I was just thirsty. I just needed some Evian water.
Exactly. Like, I know we get inspired. I love traveling. Like, I get inspired with a whole lot of stuff, but I make sure that we're gonna travel on an occasion. Every time you travel, you pay for hotels, you pay for a car, you pay for this, you pay for that. So instead of making it 10 days, maybe limit to like 5 to 6 days. You know what I mean? Limit the traveling and also traveling expenses.
Travel smart.
Travel smart. Travel smart.
Last but not least, drum roll please. Limit your personal expenses. This is a huge one.
This one is huge. Okay. What's one thing that is your personal expense that you know you spend way too much on and you need to like cut down on?
Chonies. I always have holes in my underwear. I don't know why. There's a new hole. Throw that one out. I always buy new ones. For me, recently, it's been Starbucks. Started drinking coffee. Our
complex has a Starbucks literally
right below downstairs.
Us. Eli's like tempted every single day to get, especially it's fall season, pumpkin spice latte.
Oh my God. Salted caramel iced coffee. Walking in there, I just went for 2 weeks. I was like, hey, what's up, Susan? The usual.
Let me just tell you guys right now, just with using my calculator, Eli spends about like $5.50, $27 in a week, in a month, $110 a month in a year. You spend $1,320 on Starbucks alone. You could have used that to pay off a debt. You could have used that to pay off something else, or you could have used that to save for something, for traveling.
I found an alternative.
Yes.
If you go to the store, I found for $4.50, have this coffee espresso drink. It's like pre-made iced coffee. Add the ice to it. Iced coffee right there. That's what I like. Instead of going and spending $5.50 each
every single day,
I spend $5 a week.
Exactly.
That is how what we mean by just kind of finding an alternative.
Yep.
So you don't have to give up what you love, but you have an alternative option to be able to have what you want and save the money.
That's a good one. Yes. I also have my Keurig. Another alternative is my Keurig. I have my Keurig and a box, a monthly supply
We've
box.
had it for so long.
Yes, a Keurig pod. And it's lasting me so long. And the Keurig is a one-time pay. You don't have to give up things that you love. You just have to limit it or find an alternative.
For you, what is the thing you spend most on when it comes to personal?
Okay, so this was me before and I learned it and I had to quit it. I love getting my nails done before. Ladies understand that whenever it's the 3rd week, you know, you see a little bit of that gap. It's already starting to pick up. And my hair, I'm a hairstylist. Hair will get stuck when I'm like washing my clients' hair. Let's just say I get my nails done $50. Then I get fillings every 3 weeks. After a while, I was realizing I was spending way too much on my nails. So eventually I kind of just gave up on it. Not because like I don't want to spend on it. I still love getting my nails done when it's special occasions like weddings and all that stuff. I'm not stuck on having to get it done every 3 weeks. I realized like, wow, I saved so much more on something that wasn't really like necessary for me to have. So again, you guys, personal expense. It could even be like overly shopping. Like sometimes some of us are at Target way too long.
So and staying away from stores that you know you're gonna spend a lot of money on.
Oh my gosh, yes. Alright guys, I hope you learned something from the fix. I know that this is going to help a lot of you, especially us millennials.
We want to stay on the right path to saving and making sure we're on top of our budgets. Do you have any other tips that you guys would even have? We would love to know what they are. That way we can use them in our daily routine.
Definitely. This is such a good refresher, a reminder, something that we don't think about, but now here we are going through this together. Drop down something that you guys are saving for, whether it be a car, a house, planning a baby.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to that thing right there. You see that little button over there?
And make sure to share this video if you know it's gonna help some of your family, your friends, or whoever.
We're also gonna add in the link to our Venmo account if you want to send us some money. Me and you watch the sunset. Lot of love, gotta trust, we done yet. Me and my wife, we can talk to the sunsets. This is life, feeling right, getting